Look, hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist, and welcome. And this is Rogue. This is a channel where I talk mostly about cross stitch right now, especially since all of my other craft items are in a storage unit somewhere. Yeah, she saw me getting everything ready for the video, and she's like over here right next to me. The most remarkable thing that has happened in the past couple of days is that it was too cold to wear shorts the other day. Yesterday. The day before yesterday, it was so windy. Now, when I say too cold to wear shorts, I'm talking 70s, you know. But this is the desert Southwest. So even in the summer, it gets quite a bit cooler at night than it is during the day. It was 56, something like that when I woke up. But it's supposed to be over 80, I think, when, you know, for the high. So there's usually a very big difference. But it was the wind and the slight rain that made it a little bit cold. So that was the most remarkable thing that's happened. And also the jingle ball. I will talk about that more later. So I am first going to talk about this is upside down. Last year's temperature chart, Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts, 2023 temperature sal. And I just love this pattern. It looks very Southwest. And I had the whole bottom part that I hadn't finished yet. And I've been working steadily on that, and I have a finish. And I am so happy. This part right here is so beautiful. Part of me wants to stitch it on a towel or something. But I have other projects. Way too many other projects. Way too many other projects. So, Stitchin' Mommy's temperature turtles. I have to admit, I find it difficult to go back and put on the stitching to make the turtle look like a turtle. I can never see where exactly I'm supposed to put those lines on these red turtles. So I have a lot to go there. That was the end of September. And this was up till Friday in October. We haven't had temperatures cool like that since April, March. I don't know. It's been a while. I think that's the same color, so maybe April. It's going to be very interesting when I do them on Friday, because it's like just all of a sudden it decided, oh yeah, it's supposed to be fall, now that we're halfway through October. And don't get me wrong, the summer tends to hang around here, but usually it cools off more in September than it has. So sorry, it's relatively early in the morning for me. I decided to try to get more done earlier in the day, so I'm not like going, oh, I forgot to do that, and I forgot to do that. So if I'm like a little quiet, it's because my poor son. He's supposed to get off at 11. And granted, he may have gone to have dinner or something afterward. I don't know. But he didn't get home until like 3. And when I always text him if he's like really late, you know. I'm like, are you okay? He's like, oh, it was just a really bad day. And that could mean any number of things. But he has to go back, so I don't want to wake him up. I don't want to wake him up. I cannot... Okay, so we film our Three Sisters creative videos on Saturday to have them released on Sunday. I do my video on Mondays. And I can never remember what I showed on Monday as opposed to Saturday. So I may have showed you the progress on this already. Sweet Wing Studios, Goodness and Mercy. I'm not sure. I finished the S. It started a little bit over here, but I couldn't remember if I'd already done that on Monday. I have no idea. So I decided to show it to you again in case. So this fabric right here, I picked up at the attic, and it's 32 count Lugana. I think vintage country mocha, something like that. And I wish I had more of it. I'll explain why in a second. I love that color for certain projects. I'm not normally someone who likes natural browns and stuff like that. But that being said, everything's brown. But I love the color and I love the feel of Lugana. So I have another project that I bought that I really I wish I had enough of that. I'm like, can I squeeze it in there? I don't know. So this was my second Whip Go call for October. This is Joyful Snowman. It's a Dimensions kit, and it's designed by this person right here. Barb something. I lived in this French-speaking part of Belgium for 2 years, and There was probably a time in my life when I could have figured out how to say that. That time is not now. Some of it I can read, but yeah. You know, in Belgium, road signs, many things like that, you know, like the freeway signs or whatever, they're written in 4 languages: English, French, Flemish, and German, I think. 4 languages. Uh, and I was in a shop in downtown, not downtown Brussels, because it's not where all the tight stuff is. It was a shopping area. There was it was like, I think, City Square, city center. There was a shop that I went to go pay for something. I think it was a lace shop, but I'm not positive. I went to go pay for something, and there was a sign on the cash register. That beeping is the alarm for the house. We don't have an alarm on our house. I mean, not that we pay for, but there was one here before. And occasionally it just decides to beep. I've called and asked how we can make it stop. And they said, well, you have to get up and do that. And never mind, we'll just deal with the beeping. So anyway, there was a sign on there that said, if you can't, it was in English, if you can't read this, don't bother asking for a job. But if they can't read that, how would they know not to ask for a job? So this is how far I've gotten. I'm starting on the bunny over here. And I'm kind of happy with how much progress I've gotten, considering the fact that I don't stitch all day. I sit down and stitch for a little while and then go do other things and then come back to it. I'm hoping by the end of the month I can get enough done where all of this bottom part is at least done. If I didn't keep stitching on other things, I might be able to do that. But, you know, I took out Goodness and Mercy, and also Hands-On Design, Blueberry, the berry basket, and this is how far I am. So I started putting in the green down here for that. Finished the berries here. So I'm just slowly plugging away at it, but I have a feeling I'm going to be putting it aside for the rest of the year. So Helen D is doing a lot of pigeon coop patterns. She bought the book that has all of those patterns in it, and like her, I liked most of them. But I decided that I wanted to start with something small. And I found this on the Etsy shop, his Etsy shop. It's called Wolf, and it's a wolf howling in front of a moon. he has a 4 pattern series of Southwest designs. There's the wolf, and this wolf, and in Albuquerque when I was there, in everybody's front yard, and all kinds of things. There was a wolf howling up at the moon. Here, not as much, but I really liked the pattern. It looks like full coverage, but actually the wolf is negative space. And I bought the called for fabric. I didn't buy it, I happened to have it, which is 14 count black Aida. I made a small start. Now, showing it here, it shows up. But when I go like this, I can't see it. This is a very dark purple. But I think, in the right light, it shows up quite nicely. But once I start putting in the white and go around for the wolf, I think it won't be as hard for me to figure out where I'm supposed to put the stitches. Now, this has fraction stitches here, and I love it because it makes that hair, the fur on the dog. It's so pretty. A lot of his designs, whether they are or not, they look to me like full coverage, which is why I wanted to try something small. But after I bought this, I got a coupon, and so I got this one. This is one of the 4. This is Cougar Canyon. And this is more this area type of Southwest. There are cactus in Albuquerque, but not as much as here. I mean, here practically every yard seems to have a cactus or 2. And I remember when I was driving Uber, I picked up some people from another part of the country, and they're like, "Show us cactus." They said we would see cactus. I'm like, they're in the median on the road. They're everywhere. And they were so excited to see them. But, I know that hits the mic, so it probably made a loud sound, so I'm sorry. So it was, tickets opened up for the Jingle Ball, and I was gonna get just an entry ticket, not for patterns or anything like that, classes. But I saw this Tidy Modernist gingerbread house, and I love gingerbread houses. I don't like to make them. I can never get them to stand up. I get frosting all over me. My only problem with this gingerbread house is that I think it needs candy. I'm not going to do that on mine, but I had a ceramic gingerbread house that I painted, and just loved it. And I don't know where it is. It was at my parents' house. And since I often was there at Christmas, I didn't mind it being there. But now I have no idea where it is. And I just love the idea of having another gingerbread house that I can put out that I don't have to make. Okay, technically I would be making this one. That one that I had was put out by a company called Accents Unlimited, and they were based out of Wisconsin. And the box said, looks good enough to eat. And then in parentheses it said, but tastes awful. And and that's the kind of thing that they did with their stuff. It was always tongue-in-cheek humor. I really liked the company. I really liked calling to order stuff. I used to have to order from them in Florida. And I don't even know if the company exists still, but I sure liked them. Now, I was saying something about that fabric. If I had enough fabric for this, you know, I think it would be good. It would be a good choice for the house. I have a big piece left. I don't think it's big enough. And honestly, if I were to buy another piece of fabric, I would have to wait until November. And since the Jingle Ball is toward the beginning of December, I probably wouldn't be able to get even a very good start on the pattern before, you know, the class for how to make the little gingerbread house. The pattern came with instructions, and I could probably figure it out. And honestly, I don't know if I'll have the wherewithal to put together the gingerbread house. But it would be nice to try. I can't. None of my craft stuff is here. And, you know, people don't necessarily look for houses this time of year. So I understand. But I'm getting tired of not having any of my craft stuff around me. So when I was kitting up that wolf, I got this. Comes with everything. Even the stuffing. I don't have to buy anything. And when I'm done, there'll be a little cute kitty. And yet, I'm afraid to start it. Because I don't have enough to do, right? But, yeah, I don't know. Anyway. I've been talking long enough. My phone is blowing up with my sisters talking to each other about something. I don't know what. I turned the sound off because I was like, don't want to hear about it right now. So, that's everything this week. Hopefully, I'll find something to stitch my gingerbread house on, at least get a start on it. It's 4 pretty small pieces, you know. I don't know. I don't hopefully I can get it at least started. We'll see. And I feel like I was supposed to talk to you about something else, but I can't remember. So I'll see you next week. And it'll be close to Halloween. I don't know how the year has gone by so fast. But here we are. All right. I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.